What's up everyone? So today we are continuing on part 2 installing the Armytrix titanium exhaust on my R8. We have pretty much everything assembled. In this video we're going to work on the valve system control, being able to turn that on and off. So we have to do all the wiring to that, get the rest of the exhaust on. Let's get started. Alright, working on the other side now. I'm going to have these angled down. It worked out best to keep these on, and then we just do one at a time, of course.
All right, well, he finagles that one a little bit. I'll show you the finished product. So over here, they're in a nice position. Got the valve right here. We'll have the vacuum line running somewhere into the engine. This is the factory one, which we'll cap off somehow.
Both sides are now finished up, and we're working on transferring the hangers to the new location. Oh, they look like they line up perfectly, huh?
Honestly, I am so impressed. I've never installed an aftermarket part with precision pinpoint installation.
Well, both this and the GTR were pretty much 100% perfect.
Like, it lines up exactly where it's supposed to go.
Well, you pay for the best and you get
nothing but the
best.
And already they're selling. Insane.
Oh, I can't wait for POV and exhaust shots.
Oh,
now we have to find those bolts.
Oh, was it these two?
Oh, yes. Perfect.
How many bolts have you taken out?
Well, let's see. So this will be the first startup with the full exhaust on. We're not sure if the valves are open or closed yet because we will get to the wiring after this, but
yeah.
Who loves a cold start?
Vacuum line's not hooked up yet, but I bet it'll still be pretty sweet.
If that's open,
man.
If that's open, I hope that's not closed because I would like the quiet option.
It should be like stock with them closed, but that's pretty insane sounding so far.
Alright, here is the OBD 2-port connection. So, what, this side here?
This is going to go into the car.
Yep.
Then we have the little module it came with.
That's the Bluetooth for the remotes or the key fobs.
This, I believe, is going to be the one going through the firewall because this piece right here will then be plugged in.
Okay, so we have to run this blue wire through the firewall, and we have to tap this into the vacuum line?
Yeah,
I think.
So we'll use the supplied hosing, and that will go to a T. So there'll be a hose from one of these ends, it says in the direction. One of these ends with this to a T to the car's engine. The other one will go
split between the valves. So I think we can fish that underneath the taillight.
Yeah,
and we'll put the T connection over top of that weird. What do you guys think that is? I have no idea. 3 different big bubbles in a row.
So we'll stick with this air intake area because we know it's not going to be hot.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll go like behind the taillight.
We're doing this so we don't cut it too short, so we might as well measure correctly.
We have a lot.
We have a lot, but I want to make sure we're doing this correctly. So now I'll pull on this side if you want to feed it through to me.
So we're gonna leave a little excess since we have a lot, and it's actually gonna go on the crash bar, which is gonna be right here.
Yep.
Because that way, I mean, this isn't gonna get too hot, but might as well, be able to see.
Yep.
So the T, I guess, is gonna go about right here.
So that's our T connection. Where's the crash bar is gonna have to slide on top of this, right? So we don't want to pinch it in between there.
So right about like this?
Yeah.
That should be enough?
Yeah, because we don't want to pinch it around this area here. That heat shield's actually gonna have to move a little bit more. So we'd run it pretty much like that. And again, right back through there. So we run that all the way through. I'm gonna go on this side of the car for you guys. Just temporarily, he's got it wrapped around. We're working still on getting it through the firewall there. All right guys, so it is the next day, and our goal for today is to get the car on the ground. So we need to get the bumper on, the spoiler, one more section, get the wheels on and everything, and then we can take another look at the vacuum lines for the valve controls. So we already have it set up for passenger and driver side and then wired up through to the engine bay. So once we get that all completed through the crash bar and the bumper on and everything, get it on the ground, we'll take another look at that and hopefully get it working today. Many hours later, we've got the bumper on, the portion above that. Time to put the wheel wells on, wheels on, get the airbox in, then we can get it on the ground.
Wow, that was a horrible snap.
I know. And just like that, we are ready for the first startup with all the valves hooked up. Brian's gonna help me explain this to you guys.
So as you guys saw with the bumper off, each valve on each end has a tube going to a T-clamp to connect them as one. that hose is right here, which is the one on the far left. So that hose is running all the way to another T-clamp. The other end of this T1 goes to the factory solenoid, which is right here, because this car does have an active valve in the stock exhaust, even though it pretty much does nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much.
And then that T is connected right here, and then this one goes into this new solenoid that is part of the kit. So that's all the vacuum lining. And then the electronics is plugged in right here. This wire will end up going through the firewall. So this is all the way to the OBD2, to the Bluetooth adapter, and that should be the wiring and vacuum line of the system.
Hopefully.
And we just have the air boxes in loosely so it can start, since the mass airflow sensors are in there. We actually started it up without that. It was kind of sounding weird. So now we'll start it up, let it idle for a little bit, and then press some buttons and see what happens.
One thing that we figured out is we put these tubes on backwards, which is why we're not getting it to work. So I need to flip-flop these. So take the side one, put it on the bottom. Oh, I heard some vacuum seal come off of that one. And hopefully this will work. Cross our fingers that this works.
Alright, do a rev on each of them.
Okay, so this is comfort.
It's working.
Okay, so it's working.
Yeah, we just gotta finish up the wiring, and then you can actually drive it to notice the real difference.
We have a new route for the wire now. Instead of going through the firewall, we've removed this side here. We're gonna run that wire across. Where are we going? Oh, we're going
Underneath.
We're going underneath this panel here. It's gonna come up and around. It's gonna hide underneath there. We already went ahead and removed this weather strip running along the whole top of the door. So it's gonna be nicely hidden away running along there. We're gonna run the wire underneath the weather strip to the other side. Then we can run it down. We removed the A-pillar cap here, and then we can feed it all the way down and up underneath to the OBD2 port. So it's a lot, but it'll look nice and clean. All right, so this is gonna be hidden underneath. So I'll feed it through like this. Bry's working on the transfer, I guess, from the back to the outside.
Yeah, now I can tuck it under more though.
Okay. So now we've made the transfer. This is well hidden. You can barely even see it up underneath here. Now it's gonna go underneath the weather strip. And there's actually nice little channels on the other side of it. So it's gonna run nice and smooth up underneath here. And then we have to feed it to the other side to make it back into the car again. Cool, so that's gonna come up underneath right where the OBD2 port is. We have a perfect connection.
I got the wire going right after the corner joint, so the weather stripping can be perfectly sealed. It's not gonna have any leaks or anything like that. And now, we'll slowly put this back into place.
Who would have thought an Audi can come apart just like this?
And
At least an R8.
That is absolutely hidden properly. And I mean, that was the easiest, best way to do it, really.
Yep.
Because it was hard getting the rear stuff off of the firewall. Right.
So it runs through there again, and you wouldn't even know that. So there it is. It's well hidden. You can't even see it or even know that it was even there. And now we just got to button up the rest of it.
Just
put the A-pillar back on.
Yeah.
Comes apart like a puzzle.
Does it go back on like a puzzle?
I would hope so. It's an expensive puzzle piece. Let's look it from this side. There we go.
Now we just gotta fix the footwell, we're good.
Yep. So last up, before I put this panel up, I had to remove the OBD2 port from its location here. The new connection wasn't long enough to make it through this thickness of plastic. So everything is tucked nice away up in here. I have all the wires zip tied, and then the actual module from Armytrix is up in here too. So it's nicely hidden away. I can go ahead and pop this cover back on, bolt it back into place, and then we are all set to go. All right, everyone, so that sums up part 2, getting the exhaust installed and hooking up the valve switches. We're gonna go ahead and listen to it between normal mode. And then you'll hear it go into race mode. Woo! Oh my gosh, dude. Quiet mode is insane. And that's race. Okay, so he's gonna take a quick start up from comfort mode, and we'll hear it take off here. Oh my gosh. And that's quiet mode, that's comfort mode. Oh, this thing is a monster now. Absolute monster. All right, switching over to the race mode, and here we go. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video installing the Armytrix full titanium exhaust system on my R8. It sounds incredible. I cannot believe how it sounds on my V8. It really opens it up. I cannot wait for more videos for you guys on actual sound clips for this car. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, stay tuned for more videos on the R8 alongside the GTR. We'll see you guys next video.